Hello and welcome to episode 9 of the LOWBAT Podcast. This week we present our third crew episode featuring returning guest Tyler and our newest crew guest, Lizzy. We give updates on our vaccines for COVID-19, debut a new thought-provoking segment to the pod, and almost cancel Lizzy on her first appearance to the show due to a simple slip-up in word choice. If you like what you hear, please give us a like, review, and subscribe to be notified when new episodes drop. Thank you as always for listening, and enjoy our crew episode with Tyler and Lizzy.
You are now listening to the LOWBAT Podcast,
a weekly show highlighting members of our local creative community and featuring topical conversations with members of the LOWBAT production team. We're your hosts, Casey House
and Fabian Castaneda. Through our own experiences as musicians, visual artists, and business owners, we saw an opportunity to provide a platform for people just like us to deep dive into what it's like to pursue a lifestyle outside of the norm.
Without further ado, welcome to the LOWBAT Podcast.
Well, hello, everybody. This is Late Night Lizzy with the LOWBAT Podcast. How are you guys? Come on.
I'm so proud of you. I didn't think you would actually say anything.
Late Night
Late Night Lizzy.
Right?
That's
Yeah, this is Late Night Lizzy.
It could be scandalous.
What's the persona of Late Night Lizzy?
She's sassy. She gives no fucks.
Are you not normally sassy?
I mean, I let that side hide in the back until I need it. I bring it out when I need her.
Okay, and so this is now Late Night Lizzy.
Yes, it is.
So I can expect top tier sass.
Yes, you can.
Okay. Well, so I was going to think about introducing you, but this isn't even Lizzy. This is Late Night Lizzy.
Exactly.
Which I don't even know.
I don't know who this
Whole new.
is.
Late Night Lizzy.
Everyone is being introduced to Late Night Lizzy tonight.
It's brand new.
Oh, shit.
Nice to meet you guys.
It's like I used to have a thing called Weekend Casey, which was a nightmare of a person.
This sounds like everyone's worst ideal college freshman dude.
It was
as a you.
It started in high school, I think, and then I think might have started in 8th grade, but it was a 8th or 9th grade thing. It was pretty early, and then just I spent a lot of time locked up in my room and stuff. And then whenever I had opportunities in high school to not be locked up, was usually weekends, and I would find myself in weird situations at weird places, and I was just a persona got born that was just dude, this dude will do anything. It came along with people saying you won't, and I used to have
And
a
you
rule
just did.
Weekend Casey will.
You say you won't. I was so dedicated to it. I spent an entire. There's multiple of these. I won't spill all of them right now, but there's one where I decided I wasn't going to bring my own paper to school for an entire year because somebody said you won't the previous year, and so the next year they said it near the end of the year, and I was like, all right, see what's up. The next year I remembered it, and so I never brought a piece of paper, and I had to borrow paper from everybody in every one of my classes, and my teachers would give me a bunch of paper because they were like, look, I'm sick of you asking, and then I would throw the paper away and come back and have no paper. I did it for an entire year, and I got away with it. People hated me, but I did it.
That is so willfully ignorant.
Willfully petty.
yeah.
No, willfully petty. And I support that so much.
I just, look, I feel like that was my time to rebel. And
That was your release.
Yeah,
You
because
were
I was
such a
just
nice kid.
nobody knew me, and I was like, everybody already doesn't, I think I'm weird or whatever, so I was like, I'm just going to double down on it because it's funny. And not bring my own paper or do other things, so.
And on that day, Casey chose violence.
On
For the
every
rest of his
single
life.
one
And
of
every
those
day
days.
after that.
Yeah, it all intertwines.
Oh, that's pretty cool. Tyler,
What's up, bro?
last time we had a podcast and you were on.
I don't fucking remember, so I hope you do.
Oh man,
I know that.
that episode just came out 3 episodes ago, right?
Yeah, it was.
Oh,
last-
Did it?
You know what? I feel like we should say it's the first. It's April Fool's Day, right?
no, it's
No?
April 2nd.
It's I don't know. It's the second.
They all blend.
The reason why I bring that up is because these episodes get released in
Whenever.
in a weird order. So who knows? This might be
This might be episode, let's say 3 times, let's say 7. This might be episode 21. You never know.
well, yeah, but theoretically it should be episode 9
Mm,
because every third episode.
I guess.
This is riveting.
Yeah, sorry.
Very
We're
Very
very
exciting
interested.
stuff.
Right
I
now.
don't know what.
For everyone that's really confused at what the fuck is happening, because usually you two are very, very composed and know what's happening and know what you're doing. It's 10 o'clock in the
Yeah.
evening. We
It's
started
10
really fucking late.
Yeah, we definitely
and
dropped the
we're
ball
all
on that.
really confused.
10:20.
10:20.
fuck.
Oh,
10:20.
shit.
We also just
literally. I feel like it was 3 minutes ago that we were like, "Yo, it's almost 10." It's
And
It
then we
kinda
finally
was.
got our acts together.
It kind of was.
We kind of realized we needed to. We also just spent a lot of energy trying to freestyle.
We did. That shit was flames.
This
though.
should have been recorded, but
You know what? Jay-Z, if you ever hear this, bro, we got a tape for you. That's all I'm gonna say.
these crew episodes are very throw every single thing that we try to put together to make this look like a professional show out the window.
Fuck that.
And it's just like we're just gonna sit down. Some of them are gonna be structured. We're gonna have thoughts beforehand. This is one of the ones where I don't know.
I literally came into today just
Late.
I mean, yes, I was late because I
We
didn't
had to
give a
get
shit.
Chipotle.
We had to get Chipotle because we didn't have Dunkin'. All right, Dunkin', I hope you're doing great out there. But yeah, I literally came in thinking because it was yesterday. Yesterday because me and Case normally game plan the day before, and I was like, wait, we don't have to do that because we're just chilling.
I still
Felt so
called you,
nice.
but it was about a couple.
It was about other
things,
stuff. It
but
wasn't about what this episode was about.
So it's been a while since we've done a crew episode, and without the planning that I do with Fabian, I was like, yeah, I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah,
You
my
just
Thursday was
forget.
pretty empty.
I'm just like, I don't know. I don't know.
We're just talking. But guys, isn't there something new on the table? Isn't there a new addition?
There
Look at you.
is.
First time and you're
For,
just
I know, right?
Yeah,
she's
right?
she's just a
so
natural.
proud of you.
But yes, for those that are viewing,
Let's make
watching,
mugs.
yes, for those that are
Show
watching,
off.
you've probably noticed there's something in the middle of our table. For
We like
those-
to call this the.
Dun dun dun.
The Pail of Ponder.
There we go.
Now, I think everybody's wondering what a pail of ponder would be.
I'm gonna 100% rat ourselves out on the chain of where this came from.
Damn.
It's different. It's different.
I want Tyler to explain it. Fuck you.
Yeah, you know what? What is this?
It's a bucket. Well, excuse me. It's a pail.
It's a pail.
Very specific. That it's a pail. It's a pail full of questions, and we are
Very thought out questions.
very well
by the
thought out
way.
questions.
Yes.
Most of them probably aren't, honestly, but very well thought out questions. And
The
we are
intent
going
was
to
them to be.
answer. Yes, no, we're going to answer all of these questions like they are the answers to life's problems because they are.
We're gonna discuss them, but they are not. We're not gonna get through all of them today. There's
Oh God, no.
probably 30 or so.
You hear that?
Excuse me, there's like 30 or so in there right now.
Mhm.
Are there really?
There's a
I
lot.
do-
Casey had a
I-
shit ton.
Because you guys
I
you guys started this long before I got here. So
Casey started this yesterday.
oh God.
I went to Beat Ups like 4 days ago,
Oh,
and Ethan and I had
he went
this
to his
idea a
office
week
4 days
ago.
ago.
Yep.
Like I think it was it was an Ethan shower thought that came together with an idea that I had. And
Shout out to Shower Thoughts.
Yeah, and he was like, he brought up the shower thought, and I was like, yo, I was actually thinking about this kind of thing, and it just was like, boom, it just happened, and I was like, all right, cool. Then we went to the thrift store, and I found this, what I'm calling a pail. You can see the
The
little
Pail of Ponder.
There we go.
you can see the little. I don't know if you can see those
Little
little,
nubby
little
nubs.
nubs. Those had handles. I ripped them off, so it's prettier.
Now it's a
Cleaner.
proper pail. There we go.
I think we're gonna do some stuff to it at some point.
we gotta touch it up, make it fancy.
That's not me. I'm not an arts and crafts dude. We actually were just talking about that before the podcast. So somebody will.
I'm
make it
I'm pretty
cool.
sure we have some peeps that would love to give this thing some character.
Flare it out. Some LOWBAT stuff.
Before we get to that, I actually did want to ask about everybody's where everybody is right now on vaccines, because I know that's starting to happen for everybody in LOWBAT so far. So I'm curious about just like an update from everybody who's gotten it, who hasn't, who's on the first, second, whatever.
Mhm.
How have you gotten yours?
Nope.
Okay. Any idea on when?
Nope.
Oh.
And it's not from a lack of trying.
It's-
City of Norfolk and Virginia Beach both know where I live. They both know that I want it, and both refuse to give it to me, and I don't know
man.
why. It's really upsetting.
Well, if you're
He's
You're-
IT, right?
yeah, you should be
You'd be 1C.
1C, which just opened yesterday. So I would follow up and see what we can do. Maybe we can talk about that after that. We'll see that after the pod. It's opening up for a lot of people. You should
Yeah.
be good soon.
I got it.
When
But
you rub it in.
I got mine because I'm fat. So
I mean, you got to take those benefits.
yeah, I was like, oh, so I can do this? Got it. I put down fat and I put down super fat. And they hit me up like 5 days later. Like,
hey, yo, we
"All right,
heard you're fat.
let's get you in, my dude." And I was curious. I was like, I wonder, like, they're not going to check my BMI while I'm there or whatever. And I
They just believed you at
I
first sight.
I had the thought that like I walked in and somebody like looked and they were like, yeah, he's fat. All right. Like, he was just like, yeah, that's a big guy. So they just accepted it. Like,
All right.
I don't know. It's something that I wonder about because they can't check your medical records. So obviously, I'm not recommending anybody lie on it, and I didn't even lie on it. But I just was like, it's interesting to think about those things, and if they are they obligated to question it, or are they specifically told not to? Any medical professionals out there that
I
know
feel
how
like-
this is working?
I feel like they would be more concerned with getting the vaccine to anyone who wanted it.
Yeah, that's true. You went through the work, you got the thing. It's like you're already there. They're not gonna
Yeah.
Not
shoo
gonna be
you
like, yeah,
along.
nah,
like they're gonna give it
leave.
to you.
Right.
I saw everything that I could have while I was there. Though I saw a couple people trying to not wear their masks and people saying stuff. This woman came walking by looking for her son. I don't know whatever happened with that. If she ever found him or anything. I didn't
Let's
keep
hope
up with
they
the
did.
story, but
Yeah.
That sounds like the plot to a random movie.
You're right. At the vaccine
Oh,
site,
man.
you just lose your fucking son.
yeah, I was
Starring
there.
Bruce Willis.
I was there, and I was just like taking in because it's at the convention center, so it's like it was weird being in a convention center in general. Like during all of this, like it felt. The last time I was in a convention center, I think was RTX, and I was like, "This feels." I should be happy, and I was because I was getting the vaccine, but I also was like, "It's just like it's really intense."
Mhm.
And then I got a message from we got a new robot vacuum we call RoboCop, and I got a this one's really smart and it sends you notifications, and I got a notification that it finished cleaning and was going back to charge, and I was like, this is so 2021. I'm like
have to lift a
I'm in the
finger.
line to get a vaccine for this global pandemic, and my robot vacuum just told me it was done cleaning, and I was like, this is all right, you know what?
Blade Runner plays in the distance.
Yeah, I was like, things are okay. Where are you at, Lizzie?
I just got my vaccine yesterday at the convention center as well. I don't think I saw a random kid running around, but I wasn't really paying attention.
Okay.
So hopefully the kid's still not lost.
Or the kid is really lost.
That's true. He
Kid's
could
gone.
have, yeah,
No
in the parking lot somewhere, just roaming around.
Big parking lot. It's a big place.
It is a humongous place.
Crazy. You got your
I
first
got
dose,
the-
right?
I feel like that doesn't count
Yes.
for you because you're like 4'7".
What are you talking about? I
About-
am the desired race. Yeah. The
Wait.
short people.
All right.
Short people.
Okay.
Oh my
Yes. That is what I meant.
You're the desired height.
Desired height.
Hey, it's that Tyler laugh.
You broke Tyler. It's funny because we know it wasn't real. It was an accident.
Oh my god, bro!
Uh,
I'm so glad that I'm not the one that had this moment today. I'm supremely glad that it was you and not me.
Well, I'm not.
I mean, we do
Like,
have late
holy
night Lizzie
shit.
here, so
That is very true. Late night
Apparently,
Lizzie
late night Lizzie is
is
fucking
dead.
Alex Jones, dude. Oh my god!
oh my god.
Late night Lizzie might not be invited back.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You gotta get
I'm
fined by-
shook.
Yeah.
You shook God. What the heck?
I
I got the Pfizer.
got the
and-
Moderna.
Yeah.
I got Moderna as well.
Yeah. I am not feeling any side effects. Didn't really have any headaches or anything, which is really nice. Got it really fast. Didn't have to wait very long at all. And
You
saw
went
a lot
like
of people there.
early in the morning, right?
I did. I tried to
Like,
schedule it as soon as
How
possible.
long were you there for?
I got there, or I left my apartment in Norfolk around like,
I was asking how long you were there for.
I'm trying to give the full story. I'm trying to give the full like detail
Okay.
of everything.
Understood.
Yeah. So I left my apartment and I got to Virginia Beach around like 8:50, walked in, was there for probably like 30 minutes because they had that 15-minute waiting period. So probably a total of like 30 minutes.
So you were like in line for like 10 minutes.
Correct.
Wow. That's impressive.
Yes, it
'Cause
was.
they got a well-oiled machine going on down there.
Mm-hmm.
I've got my first dose too, and I got that like a couple weeks ago, but I had to work, so I like
Got there at 3:30. Tyler, you can't.
Ethan's also laughing. I'm sorry. I'm trying to hold it together. Whoa. Everybody get it out. I promise, Lizzy, nobody's laughing at you. Everybody's laughing with you. It was such a funny slip up.
It was so bad though. I did not mean that.
Yeah, I mean, okay, I guess it's
It is
fair.
gonna be cut, right?
For anybody, no. But for anybody who doesn't know who you are, that's not who you are. It was a misstep of words. Replace it with the desired height.
Yes.
And that's the statement she meant to make. Holy. Like I said, we never know what's gonna happen on these crew episodes.
I appreciate how quickly you just kept. You were truly built for radio, bro. You had a late night persona. You had a racially charged slip up, and you just went right past it like nothing fucking happened. All
trying to
within
ignore
like
it.
5 minutes.
I'm trying to move past
It's so
it.
great. Oh, it's perfect. Holy shit.
Okay, then I think everybody but Ethan. Ethan took his glasses off. He's laughing that hard. Everybody else got it out of their system.
He's just like, this pod is fucked.
I'm crying.
No, this is absolutely. This is sticking around.
This shouldn't be funny, but it is.
There's something that I'm gonna talk to Ethan about that I'm gonna use this as an explanation as to why it should exist. But anyways, so you said you got which one?
I got Moderna.
Okay, and you got Pfizer.
Yeah. So my experience was I got there later because I had to work. I got there like 3:30, and I was 3:20. My appointment was at 3:30. I sat in line like waiting for my shot for like 30 minutes. It sucked because everyone else had the same idea. They went to work. They got off early. They tried their best to get there. You guys are fucking
Just
laughing.
ignore me. I can't hold it together. Just keep. I'm sorry. I got the giggles now. I can't.
It's not going away.
Oh my god.
Oh, fuck, dude. Oh, this is so
You didn't even
perfect.
get like tired or like whenever I got the Moderna one, and whenever I got it, the technology in those needles is ridiculous because you don't feel it go in or out or anything. It just happens. And I felt fine. And then I got home or it was kind of on the drive home. I was like, I felt fatigued, I guess, which it could have been in my head or whatever, but it's what I felt. And I got home and I like tried to get back to work and I was like, I like really feel, I was already tired for the day, but I was like, I feel like my muscles feel fatigued. And I was like, I'm going to take a nap. So I took a nap and then worked late and whatever. But anyways,
Yeah,
you didn't have that at all.
No, I didn't
And
feel really any of that.
and you didn't feel any sort of.
Oh no, I felt like shit.
Okay.
So,
Which is interesting because you are you cool with?
Yeah,
having
I had COVID like in
Okay.
September. So I mean, everyone's gonna react differently to all these vaccines and stuff like that. But like the first day, like my arm hurt, like most people's do, and I just went to bed slightly earlier than I normally did because I was feeling tired. The next day, I woke up and I was just sore all over, like all over, and it reminded me of when I'd had COVID, the body soreness that I did get with when I was actually infected with it. But it wasn't as bad, obviously. But I feel like I got every symptom, every like post-shot symptom in the book for a small period of time.
That sounds terrifying.
Yeah, like it really sucked.
I'm not gonna ignore it. Like, stop. Like, there's 3 cameras. Like, what makes you think we don't see this? Get it together, Chase.
I don't know
Hold
what
it
you're talking
together.
about. I'm fine.
Oh my god.
I got a clear head. There's nothing funny. So
Nothing funny about vaccines, right?
that's absolutely
This is a
not what I'm
public
laughing
health
at.
crisis.
It's gonna be
Yeah.
taken out of context. It's gonna be clipped as like somebody being like, "Yeah, I got the vaccine," and me laughing. Okay, she's an anti-vax or something like.
It's gonna be me. I'm gonna spread the clip.
Yep. Thank you.
Absolutely.
There we go.
Okay. Man, that was a trip.
Very, very hard and fast intro right there.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I guess to round it off, mine was fine. It took a while. I was there for probably like an hour and a half. The line was pretty long. It was moving quickly, but it was a long line. But there were no hiccups or anything. I just went through it, did my thing, and then sat for 15 minutes and left. And yeah, everything else was pretty normal. My arm hurt, but that was it. But that's all the first dose. The second one is what everybody usually talks about, kind of putting them on the ground. So we'll see. I'm excited for that. Not excited for that update, but I'm interested in that update to see how everybody handles it.
And compare your experience with theirs.
Yeah, especially because there's different ones, and like there's a third one now, Johnson & Johnson, and so like with everybody getting the different vaccines, it's
And in our crew of people, like we've gotten a good mix of everything so far. It
Mhm.
seems because we've gotten some Moderna, some Pfizer. We got someone that got the Johnson & Johnson and evidently feels like crap right now. But that'll be interesting to see how it all works out between everyone over the next few weeks.
so seems like a good opportunity to jump into the
Pail of Ponder.
The air horns make it.
got to be quicker about that. So I have right here the
Pail of Ponder.
I so desperately wanted to be a camera back there to show him. Just fucking
Ethan
losing
has
it.
been dying this entire time. Like Lizzy broke Ethan. You broke all of us, but like you really broke Ethan.
Yeah, I can tell.
I mean, look, we've done however many episodes of this. Be proud.
Oh,
nobody's
I'm
been
feeling
able-
something right now.
Nobody's been able to. Well, don't be proud of your statement. Be proud of what happened.
Yeah.
I thought there was a.
Oh my god.
Oh god.
I love how much of a nightmare this is. That excites me.
Always.
Because they're the episodes I feel like are usually pretty structured, and not to mention they've gotten more structured every week. And so this one, especially because the last crew podcast was like the second episode we filmed. You and Duncan were figuring out your shroom situation.
Oh god.
And yeah, there was these crew episodes, man. I love the just like complete opposite of what people should expect.
Mhm.
So anybody who this is their first introduction, have fun. It's a ride, but the other episodes are not that bad. So I'm gonna mix it up, and then I'll let you do the first pick.
Boy.
Make sure it's one.
Oh, these are all. Oh, okay. They're just really long. That's cool. Chipotle or Moe's? Excuse me. Chipotle or Moe's?
Well,
I feel like that's gonna be a pretty easy one.
I feel like for you, that's incredibly easy.
Is anybody gonna say Moe's?
I mean, I'm almost inclined to because of the queso. Because I feel like Chipotle does not have good queso.
I mean, their
Chipotle's
new
got
queso
better.
is better.
Did it?
Yes.
Are
It's
we
a little
sure?
spicy. Look, saying it got better is a waste of time because the old stuff was like actually not good. Like it's not like it wasn't that great; it was disgusting.
Mhm.
The new queso was good. It's not as good as Moe's, but I will say it doesn't coagulate as quickly.
Okay. So that's one thing. Like,
Yeah,
Nice.
that's the thing. Yes, you did exactly what I wanted you to. I forgot to bring that up.
Wow.
Yeah, you throw it, you flick it, you
Just
discard.
eat it.
Eventually, Lula will appear.
Oh
and
my goodness.
Will destroy it.
We need a Lula can for that to happen.
So-
I'll have my phone out and just.
So what's your? I'm Chipotle.
If I could get like a collaboration between Chipotle and Moe's, where everyone just uses Moe's queso, I feel like this wouldn't be a problem. However, just as an establishment, I'm gonna have to say Chipotle for the consistency.
Almost like kombucha.
I wish.
Chipotle.
Chipotle for the consistency. However, I do appreciate the variety that Moe's has. Like all like the random like stackers and stuff like that. Like you can get like pretty much a crunch wrap at Moe's. I think
Variety
at Moe's.
at
Yes.
Moe's. Have you been recently?
No.
They downsized their menu.
Have
They
they?
Really?
had like 3 items.
Do they do well? So do they still have nachos?
Yeah, that's like a side. But
Like,
like of their
Well,
main
can you
entrees,
get like a nacho entree? Like you can get nachos.
it's a side only, I believe.
Ethan, I'm so sorry. I know you don't go that often, but I know that was your thing.
I could be wrong.
I'm so personally offended by that.
That was the last bastion of like hope that Moe's had. was
So
nachos.
I
Yeah.
just correct me if I'm wrong. Moe's is a place that had like the Joey Bag of Donuts.
Yeah.
Yes.
They got rid of it. All they have are homewreckers. All they have is a burrito, a quesadilla, and like something else. They have 3 items on the entree.
But wasn't the Joey bag of donuts just a burrito with whatever you want in it?
I don't know. I didn't go enough. I just know that I went to a Moe's that had rebranded with the new signage and everything, and there were three
I
items.
didn't know they did that far.
They did a lot of stuff.
Man. Does the queso still hit it?
Oh yeah, I mean it's still the same ingredients. They just downsized the menu, so there's only like really a handful of entrees and
Which
like
I guess
a couple
is
of
smart in
sides.
the restaurant, like to streamline what you can make.
I mean,
it could
that's smart,
cost.
but like the whole point is the variety, fam. Like, come on.
Obviously, somewhere along the way, someone that does their analytics was like, guys, we sell 90% home records. Let's just get rid of everything else.
Like what Taco Bell did.
Yeah,
And then they had
But
backlash.
then
they
bring
went,
it back.
oh, hold on.
Well, obviously,
they
there
made
hasn't
the
been
internet
backlash.
mad.
Then they got
because-
that act right. Fuck it. Fuck
Obviously,
you
there
doing
hasn't
taking
been
potatoes
backlash
off
from
the
Moe's
menu.
though, because it's just like that.
Moe's just doesn't. I used to be a diehard Moe's fan years ago. Like Chipotle, but I wouldn't even go to Chipotle. I was like, nah, this is not it. And then I went once, and it was not a good experience. But it was described as a not good experience to me beforehand. So whatever. Like that specific one that we went to was weird or whatever. And then tried again, and I was like, okay. And then from that point on, I was like, dude, Chipotle is so good. It's so good.
There's just something special about their cheese and corn.
Dude, yes, 100. Like every single other aspect of it is fine, but that cheese and that sweet corn make their food.
The bowls, yeah.
Even the burritos,
You know what?
even though they're messy.
I'm sorry. Locking it in Chipotle for no other reason than I have not found any wrong thing in my Chipotle meals. There was one time me and my little sister went to Moe's, and she got a burrito, and there was a Band-Aid in it,
Oh,
and she has not gone back to a Moe's
I
since.
don't blame her.
Which, that's what happens, but I've never heard of a Chipotle doing that. So
Except for like their fucking E. coli outbreak or whatever that was.
I was just gonna say Chipotle just gives you E. coli.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, that's fine.
I
We can Oregon Trail that shit. It's cool.
I feel like it's very
You've died of
telling of me.
dysentery.
My initial reaction was gross, but then I thought about it, and I was like, depending on the day, I would just take the Band-Aid out and keep on
eat a bit,
going.
yeah. Just keep going.
That had to be a rough day for you, though. To like,
Most days are, so
that's fair.
it wouldn't have to be that rough of a day. Or I might just be like, hey, I found a Band-Aid in this. Am I making me another one? They'd probably freak out and be like, oh my God, like whatever. And I would just be like, I just want another burrito. Like, I'm really not that worried about it. I'm not going to like sue or whatever, especially because like, I get it. Those are people that are underpaid, just doing their thing. Somebody probably got a cut on the job, wanted to go home or something, and they were like, put a Band-Aid on it. And he was like, all right, and just like kept working, and then it came off. And I was a cook at my first job for 3 weeks, I think I made it. And then because I'm dumb and I was undertrained and all this stuff, I wasn't originally a cook there, but eventually I like convinced them to let me cook. And mistake on their part, because I was going through lettuce, cutting like slicing up lettuce, and I put my thumb right under it and went, and
Ooh.
I really cut myself.
Mm.
It was really bad, and the head cook or whatever was like, already. And then I wasn't really let back on the line after that, and I went right back to my other jobs. So.
Makes sense.
Yeah, I learned I really didn't want to do it because it's hot.
Oh yeah, kitchens be hot though.
That was the main thing. I was like, I was working fry,
Mhm.
and I was like, it's so hot. But it was cool getting food because people would order like chicken tenders, and I'd be like, damn, that's a 4-piece. You're getting 5, like, or I'm making 5, and I'm gonna have one. Like, and I would just do that for everything. I'll just make one more and just sit there and snack all day. They didn't really care.
That's
Not worth
pretty
it.
nice.
Yeah,
But as you said, it gets hot, so it'd be
it's
uncomfortable.
hot. It's a lot of work. It
Yeah.
gets really, really busy, and there's just like nothing you can do about it. It's like I have 4 or 6 fryers, and they're all down.
They're all down.
I
You
don't
got-
know what
have
to tell
10
you.
seconds
I'm-
waiting for you.
Like,
they're just
and
gonna
you
have to wait.
stand there, but you can't just be standing still. But it's like there's literally nothing for me to do. So I would just sit there and like wipe things that I've already wiped, and just like
Just look busy.
yeah, you just have to look busy. Versus the other jobs that I worked there as like a busser or dishwasher or bar back or any of those things, where I was like, you were busy the entire time. You were always running around. That's actually something I don't know about.
Yeah, I was literally gonna. So real quick, just to put a bow tie on the Pail of whatever question. Chipotle. I guess Chipotle because I eat it the most.
The Pail of Ponder.
That thing. I enjoy.
Put some respect on it. Damn.
It's new, all right. I gotta get used to it. I enjoy Moe's their meats, but like everything else is all Chipotle. But I'm also curious if this is where you were going, Casey. What everyone's first jobs were.
Yep.
Okay. I worked for like the longest time, like every summer, like volunteering up until like getting paid and like doing it through like college. I worked for Parks and Recreation in Virginia Beach. I worked at like rec centers and like doing summer camps from like the youngest kids I like had camps with were like 5 and 6, and the oldest ones were like 12 and 13 throughout it all.
And so was it like Parks and Rec, the show at all?
Not at all.
There was no Amy Poehler?
There was no Amy Poehler. There was no Aziz Ansari, and I don't know any of the other actors and actresses' names, so none of them were there either. But it was cool. It was pretty sick. I got to go on field trips.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of Busch Garden field trips.
Ooh.
R.I.P. A lot of...
R.I.P. What?
Is it not closed still?
It's open now.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, hell
We go on the
yeah.
weekends.
Let's
We
go,
trying to go?
baby.
That sounds like an awful idea.
It's limited capacity.
Doesn't matter. That's still stupid. Just wait. We're almost there. We're almost done. Just don't go anywhere.
You're right.
Stay home. I thought when you said RIP, you were saying like they shut down because of COVID or something. Like and by shut down, I mean like went out of business.
Oh no, I just know they've been closed this entire time. Like they weren't open last summer.
Yeah.
They weren't open. But they're back now. So let's go. I mean, let's not go.
Let's eventually go.
Admire from
Not yet.
distance.
Don't go, please.
Feel free. Just let me know, and then you won't be over here for 2 weeks.
Shit.
Like,
Damn.
So
But did you
I'm
like
just saying
Parks
we're
and Rec?
almost there. Like
That's what that's facts.
there's no more risks that I'm willing to. There were no risks that I was willing to take, and there's still no risks. It's just like I'm not gonna let, which I don't even know. I guess because I got the first vaccine or whatever. But it's like, nah. It's still just if I somehow get the first dose and then I get COVID from somebody, I'm gonna lose it.
Oh my god.
You were gonna ask a question. I'm sorry.
I was just saying, like, Tyler, did you like Parks and Rec? Like, what was your favorite field trip that you went on?
It was fun. We went to Ocean Breeze a lot. That was always cool. A lot of water country trips. Trying to think. I think my favorite one was always not Busch Garden. It's King's Dominion. King's Dominion was always cool. It got kind of less fun because like you would separate kids based on like those that like were really into roller coasters and those that just weren't, whether or not they were like they just weren't tall enough to ride most of the things.
Jeez, yeah.
Or whether they were just legitimately terrified of them or just weren't really feeling them. And so if you got, put with like the kids that weren't really into it, like you can find things to do in an amusement park that are fun that aren't roller coasters. But if you were like with the kids that were like about roller coasters, you were like, all right, huddle up. You got like a game plan going. Like we're going to go. We're going to hit this route.
All roller
There's a
coasters?
statement that you just said.
What?
About the kids that don't like roller coasters? Can you say that one more time?
I don't know.
You don't remember what you
terrified?
said? So you basically said that there's things to do even if you don't like roller coasters.
Yeah.
Which is something that I wish I could go tell everybody that was around me when I was like 12. Because I haven't been to Busch Gardens in 10 years, maybe more, because I don't like roller coasters. And I'm like, there's so much, I can still do stuff.
Yeah, there's plenty of fun
You
stuff.
can go to pet shenanigans at Busch
I
Gardens.
do not mind sitting on the bench while y'all hit some roller coasters. I'll guard your stuff. I'll hang out. There's a good chance there might be another person that also is kind of like not feeling that any given roller coaster or whatever. And then it's like, cool. That's half of it. We did that. And then let's go look at all the other stuff. And yeah, I never got to experience that.
Okay.
Real quick side story. I don't think I've told this on the podcast. My 12th birthday, I could probably trace the year because it was the year that it was Mr. and Mr. Valentine. Is that what it? With Adam Sandler and the dude who played Mall Cop. Yeah. Anyways, they had a movie come out.
Is this the one where like they were both firefighters?
Yeah.
They
They said that they were gay but they weren't, and there was a whole thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, so that movie had just come out, and I know that because on my birthday, my brothers and all of the group of like court friends, like everybody, because we were young, so everybody like was like neighbors or whatever. They all went to Busch Gardens without me on my birthday.
Oof. F in the
And
chat, guys.
So my mom and this other like family friend mom decided to like take me out for the day, and we went and like I got food like probably CC's or something, like whatever, and we went to I think it was Cinema Cafe, and we saw that movie, and that was a very interesting movie to watch with your mom at 12 years old, because there's a very distinct scene with Jessica Biel and some feeling up and all this stuff, and I was just like I don't know what to do. I think she's looking at me, but I don't. So that was my experience for that birthday, and yeah, they all went to Busch Gardens without me.
That's so hurtful.
Yeah.
Oh God. Oh, one thing before we go to the next answers. So at Busch Gardens, you go to the Germany area. There's this place called the Fest House, and they have like a whole little show, right? And there's a part where they go tiki taka, oi, 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 right? And it's like a chant, right? That shit's real. I didn't believe it for like my entire life, and I randomly like got to go to Germany because of my job, and I got to like go to real ass Oktoberfest. Like I was in Stuttgart. I had liters upon liters of fucking beer. It was lit. People were in like lederhosen and dirndl and all that. Like it was hype as fuck. And then we were in what essentially was the Fest House at Busch Gardens, but it was real, and they did that, and I lost my fucking shit.
You're like, oh my God.
I'm like with like 10 or 12 like people that I work with, and like a couple of like if you like go on work trips, you have like customers with you, like they were there too. So I'm just freaking the fuck out, like it's real. Busch Gardens didn't lie. Holy shit! Like I was
Busch Gardens teaching you like history and stuff.
Like I was so
Culture.
stoked.
Yeah.
Like my life had meaning in that very moment, and it hasn't since.
What a weird. Everybody was just like, "What is this dude freaking out about?" Like what?
They didn't know, bro. I was all right. That's me.
That's awesome.
Lizzy,
That is.
what was your first job?
My first job was a ticket taker, concessionist, and usher at Regal Cinemas in Williamsburg. Shout out to Regal Cinemas. It was a pretty good first job because of the benefits. The main
Free
one,
movies?
Yes, free movies. But originally, I think it was you could have multiple days a week, like free movies. But I think they started limiting it because they had a lot of people requesting free movies. And then at the end of the night, we would throw away all the popcorn that was left over if we had extra bags. And you got to take home like free bags of popcorn. Like I'm not talking about small bags. I'm talking about like trash bags full of popcorn.
That sounds like it gets stale fast.
You want that?
Sometimes if it's made right and if it was made for like the 7:00 set, it would be worth it. But most of the time it was mostly stale. So people really wouldn't take it home unless they were really desperate for something.
Desperate for popcorn.
Yes, desperate for
struggle.
popcorn. Yes. Or
Did you ever? So, what's the like maintenance isn't the right word. Like, I don't know what word to use. While a movie is playing, is there a way? Are there cameras or are there people planted or any like? Is there any sort of thing that's like the staff is watching, like watching the people, or is it like you're in there and as long as you don't see a dude walking with like the red wand or whatever, like you're good?
So, to my knowledge, in the theater I worked at, there were no cameras in the theaters, and the usher was supposed to go through the theater twice. Once, like 15 minutes into the movie, and then I think like halfway through the movie, just to make sure nobody's misbehaving or doing anything stupid.
Okay.
And if we saw anybody with like a video camera, we were supposed to like report them and stuff.
Report them?
Yeah, to like manager, and then a manager would be like, "Oh, we're gonna pull you out. You shouldn't be doing that."
Okay.
But it was really cool. The best part about that job wasn't really the job itself because the customers were very picky, and if they weren't happy with the movie, they'd ask for refunds. It was really the coworkers, which were really nice. We would just hang out, and then we could see free movies on the weekend. And also, I learned that you can ask for nacho cheese on your popcorn, like on the side.
People would want a refund because the movie was bad?
Yes.
And you gave it to them.
It depended if it was like 15 minutes into the movie, they would give it to them. But if it was 15 or beyond, managers wouldn't give it to them because they should have done their research.
Yeah, it's like I feel like that's like part of the contract of you bought the movie. Why are you here? Do you not know what the movie is? Like, it's like I don't know. I've walked out of one movie and it was Open season 2. I could not tell you why I went to see it. I don't know. I don't even remember if I saw Open season 1 in theaters. But me and my dad went to go see Open season 2 just because, I don't know, it's a thing we did. Mm-hmm. We were sitting there and there was not a single second that grasped us. And we were like, why are we here? And we both looked at each other and we were like, we could be doing anything but this. And so we got up and we started to leave. And then there was another movie. I don't remember what it was, but there was just another movie that was like just starting. We were like, fuck it. And we went and we watched another movie.
Watch that instead.
Yeah. And we just watched a different movie instead. And we were like, cool.
Open got your money's worth.
Seemingly trash. I don't know. I didn't get very far in it, but that movie did not start off well. I was just like,
just not entertained.
It's not funny. It's not even like cringy to the point where it's fun to watch. It just was like, there's something. It's like putting something on in the background, but we paid for it and we were there. Like we went to the movie theater and we were just like, oh my God, I can't distract myself with my phone or conversation. Mm-hmm. I have to watch this movie. I'm all right. I'd rather just go somewhere else.
Yeah, that's what managers, if you were like a cool person about it, if you were like, well, can we get a refund? They were like, nah. And then you were like, oh, okay. They would let you like go to a different movie theater. But if you're being like a Karen about it, they were like, no, we can't do anything.
Good.
Sorry.
Good,
no.
yeah.
And I just want to tell people, like, if you're sneaking in food, just be relaxed about it. Don't lie about it. Because most of the time, if we were checking bags or backpacks and we saw food, we were like, I don't care. And we would just let people in.
You literally don't. You're not like, paid enough to care.
Yeah, exactly. We had to check because the managers would fuss at you if you didn't. So you just got to open up your bags, and it's not that big of a deal. Most of the time, the person will just be like, "Okay, you're good to go," and direct you to your theater.
I want to make it like a point to think of something that's like obnoxiously large and bring it in with me. Like, I don't know what, but just like. I think Wendy's has a burger that is like 13 patties or something ridiculous that like it's like a secret menu thing. Mm-hmm. But from what I've seen, it's like real. You can actually order it. I want to bring that in. I want to find a way to just like have just like a bulge. Just like I don't know.
I have a
weird growth, man.
You would be surprised the wrappers that we found. We found like B-Dub boxes. We found little like wine bottles.
That's another level to leave it. Like yes. You brought it in to throw it away, dude. You leave
gotta have some common courtesy.
Yeah, someone's got to like. Honestly, like movie theaters are nasty.
Yes,
like it's crazy how dirty people can be. Like you've been to a movie theater like after 11 o'clock and go to the bathroom. Like, I feel sorry for whoever's got to clean that afterwards.
You know those seats aren't getting cleaned after every showing? Mm-hmm. Well, are they?
Like, you were supposed to, but if you're in a rush, it's the managers thought it was more important to make sure the popcorn and concessions were stocked, so the bathroom sometimes got a little neglected.
Is that not somebody else's job?
I'm assuming whoever goes through this like theater like afterwards when people leave, like they're like a priority maybe just a sweep, make sure there's no big wrappers or anything like that. I'm assuming.
Yes, you are supposed to clean up the theaters, but in the morning is when we really clean the bathrooms if we're running late the day before. Mm. So they do get clean, but if you're at the 7 o'clock like show times, it might be a little neglected during that, and it'll get cleaned up afterwards.
Well, not the bathroom, like the actual theaters.
Yeah, they do get cleaned. They even get deep cleaned. I think like it was like every 2 months or something like that, but it's not very often.
I wonder how it's gonna be moving forward. If that's
cleaned
change.
Every other week now for the
like,
rest of our lives.
Mm-hmm.
Jeez. Well, I mean, that's the thing. Like our movie theaters going to be a thing.
Yo, I hope so.
That's a crazy thought, right? The fact that like it's a real like genuine struggle that's existing.
Especially how stuff is coming out like
on HBO
Max. On HBO, like immediately, like
and it's working.
Movies are going off on streaming immediately. Instead
it's working. Like they're making money, a lot of money doing it that way by doing like either. I think Mulan had. You have to have Disney Plus and you pay for the movie, but you pay a little. There was some pushback with that, but it still worked. They still got a lot of money, and these subscription services are just like going up and up and up and up and up in the amount of people subscribing. But issue that everybody foresaw that is happening is everybody's splitting off into a lot of different ones. And now we're creating a cable network. Eventually somebody's going to be like, buy my package. That's
And
going
you
to
get
have
streaming
all this
services,
stuff.
yeah.
Yep.
And
it's
you have
like-
these specific streaming services, and it's all going to go back to full circle.
which like I would do, I guess. Like it would be nice to have like a hub, which I guess kind of
It already is like that because like if you get certain services, it comes with like these maybe like handful of streaming services.
Well, yeah, but I mean like almost like different smart TVs have like very intuitive hubs where it's just like each one's like basically a channel, and it is still better than cable because it's on demand, like pick and choose what you want to watch, whatever. But yeah, it was like really nice to have like Netflix, maybe Hulu, and like that was generally it for a long time, and now it's like even like you have to have a Peacock to watch The Office.
Yo, fuck Peacock.
And there's no way I'm so glad that Ethan watches soccer because we have Peacock anyways. But if we didn't, I would have it. I'd pay for it. Like I'm not even watching
Just to watch
right
The
now.
Office.
I'm gonna watch it again. It's an addiction. It's a comfort thing, and I'm as basic as they come whenever it comes to that kind of stuff. I'm literally watching through iCarly right now. So good, so good. There's so many missing episodes, but it's so good. Anyways, off of that, I'm gonna have more questions for you
That's fair.
in the
but
future
that was
because
my
I feel like
job.
it's a very interesting like this. It's a first job that everybody's familiar with, but nobody knows how it actually works on the inside. Fabian, what was your
Hi.
first job?
As you can probably guess, my first job was in a bowling center.
Okay, solid.
Basically, I'd grown up in a bowling center, so I could see how it like ran since I was like a wee lad. So it's it was almost natural for them to be like, "Hey, do you want a job here?" I'm like, "Fuck yeah!"
What'd you do?
Front counter. The person that unties the shoes.
Ugh.
it's
touching all the shoes after people wear them.
I mean, I there's hand sanitizer and shit.
And
you can sound so. You make it sound so like
it's
I'd be
gonna
wearing
be
gloves.
dirty. Like it's a bowling center. You rent shoes that hundreds of people have worn, and you put your fingers in bowling balls that thousands of people have thrown.
yeah, isn't that a wild concept that nobody thought of until after COVID? And then it was like, or not after.
no
COVID,
one thought
but
it was gross until
Yeah, it's pretty
just
fucking gross.
Oh man, when do the inside of those bowling balls get cleaned? Probably, literally never. It's probably not
literally
ever happened.
literally before stuff like that. Like they would get unpacked. Like when you get a fresh batch of bowling balls in, you'd unpackage them, you throw them on the rack, and you forget about them. And then when
Yeah.
they finally break, you throw it away.
So it's like there's thousands, tens of thousands, who knows how many, like little gross fingers going in those
Dead
bowling
skin
balls.
cells and stuff
And
like
then
that just falling off.
and you dip your fingers in there, and then you go, ooh, food. No. Like,
Eat your nachos afterwards, yeah. So if you want to avoid that, you can buy your own bowling equipment from me at McCorvey's Bowling World at Indian River in Virginia Beach if you're in the area.
Nice little advertisement.
Wow.
Exactly.
That's a good.
That
one,
was smooth.
Exactly. So, but yeah, like
10% of any money that comes from that goes back to the business. I want you to know that.
exactly.
Oh, okay. I just wanted to be sure that we were on the same page. That's all.
I mean, I paid for the paper today.
All right, you got me. Fuck what I got to say. Shit.
Exactly. But like
$2.
it was really cool because I mean I loved that bowling center that I worked at because I grew up like I started bowling there when I was 5. So like I had like a intimacy towards that building and making sure it ran right. So I
That's nice.
like this. I was got pretty good at it. Became a manager and stuff like that. So kind of worked my way up and saw how jobs work.
Ooh.
So being someone that is very familiar with bowling centers and that has gone to plenty of movies and is also very familiar with movie theaters, which has better food, bowling alley food or movie theater food?
Bowling alley food.
I agree
Word.
with that.
I would
Okay.
agree.
Like
Why?
it's not a debate because movie theater food. It's like
Well, I mean, I guess it's mostly popcorn, but like
Cinema Cafe though.
okay, Cinema Cafe is pretty cool, but that's its own little thing. But like standard movie theater food, I feel like isn't meant to like
Nourish you.
nourish. It's just meant to like
Have
kind
a
of
snack.
yeah, be a snack, just something to kind of like hold you over. Like you're not going to like stop paying attention to the movie because your food is so good because they don't want that.
And you don't want to eat like a really intense meal whenever you're going to be sitting there for the next 2 hours.
For 2 hours, yeah. At least at a
Mhm.
bowling center, like you can get up whenever you want, like and move around if you start feeling real full and stuff like that. If you have to use the bathroom, you're not missing much.
That was actually a revelation that I had as an adult. I used to when I was younger. I would like sit there with like in pain from having to like pee really bad or whatever because I just didn't want to miss any of the movie. And I finally did, like, for the first time, I swear, like a couple years ago or something. And I was probably like my early 20s or something like that. And I just was like, I gotta pee. I'm just gonna do it. And I went and I came back and I was like, I really don't know what I missed, but I'm fine. I'm
feel
watching
better.
the movie. I feel better. I'm enjoying it a lot more. And from that point on, it's not even a thought. I'm just like, I have to pee. I'm gonna go pee. I want to refill on my drink because that's a thing. At least at AMC you can do now because they have the drink machines out there, so you can just go refill, which is awesome. I'm gonna just go refill my drink. Like I want to live this experience to the fullest. I don't want to sit there and be uncomfortable.
Feel shackled.
Yeah, I felt that way for so long. I was like, I can't. I'm sitting there watching the movie like I don't want to miss a second, but I'm like in pain from having to pee.
I still feel like that. Like I don't want to miss anything because like I paid money to be there.
Nah, go. You paid money to be in pain?
Are you guys familiar with Run Pee?
No.
No.
It is
Explain.
It is an app on your phone, and it has a timer, and it tells you when to start it. So it'll be like when you see this logo, start the timer, and then your phone will like buzz at the proper times to go pee during the movie, where you're least likely to like miss stuff.
Important
Whoa.
stuff.
Revolutionary.
And while you pee, the app gives you like a summary of what you're missing.
What? Wow.
Yeah,
Problem solving.
Yeah, at its
So,
finest.
Shout out to
Entrepreneurial.
Run Pee.
All right, I'm
Grumpy.
probably. I mean, no movies for however much longer. But whenever movies do become a thing again, that is absolutely going to be added to my phone.
Appreciate the input, Ethan. That is incredible.
I'll give a little bit more insight on my first job. It was at Finn McCool's, which at least that location no longer exists. I don't know if the company exists anymore at all, but Finn McCool's. I started there when I was 16. And I started on as a busser / dishwasher. Two totally separate jobs. I would work like different shifts for different ones. And eventually I did everything there except for bartending because I stopped after 2 years, so I was never 21 when I worked there, and being a waiter. Never wanted to do that, but I did bar backing, I did bussing, dishwashing, cook, prep, I don't know, just random stuff. And that job made me the man I am today. I give so much credit to that place because I was such a like inexperienced with like social. I was a pushover, and I was I didn't have a lot of friends and whatever, and I got that job, and they were just so rude. And
Right, I feel
they
like-
took advantage of me.
Yeah,
man.
I feel like at the bowling alley as well, it definitely allowed me to grow some thicker skin, knowing
Yeah.
that people are rude because they're paying top dollar for something, and you're just like, no, but you still can't like get away with whatever you want.
Oh, it had nothing to do with the customers. I didn't deal with customers.
Yeah,
It was
and also
my
the staff.
coworkers.
Yeah,
Like so Finn McCool's, for those who don't know, it's I like to almost equate it to like Irish Hooters. They're wearing like short kilts and stockings, and it's pretty. They're mostly waitresses, almost exclusively, and they're all like hot. You know, it's a whole thing. And so me being 16 and whatever, I was like willing to do anything for these attractive girls, and they knew that, and so they took full advantage of that. And my job was like strictly to do one thing, and then it was like, hey, can you also do this? And then I would add that to my job, and that just became part of my job, and that kept happening, and the expectation got bigger.
Oh my.
And Finn McCool's had, I think, over 100 tables or something, and I was the only busser. It was 3 bars, like 3 rooms. It was a lot. Whenever I started there was only 2, and then they added 1, but it was a lot. And I would be like literally sprinting across the store, and they didn't let us use bus tubs because they didn't like the look of them. So I'd be carrying like just raw plates and cups and stuff.
So you had to
my
have good
God.
balance.
Oh yeah, I don't know how I did it, honestly. Like I worked.
Did you drop
I worked
anything?
my ass off. Oh yeah.
yeah.
I had one moment. It was like my second week there. I dropped a bottle of hot sauce. My hands were full, and I kicked it, and it bounced up, and I caught it like on a plate or in a cup or something, and I was like, and I turned around, and not a single other person saw it, and I was like, man, come on, that was so cool. And then I stopped using my foot because I kicked a knife at one point, and it flung like it slid across the floor, but it like flung across the floor, and I was like, I need to like
get that
fix that
reaction.
reflex. But yeah, I worked a bunch of different positions there. I grew a lot like thicker skin and started saying no, and then I started not liking my managers and having really bad experiences with them, and I would like cuss them out and like really pop off on them. I should have gotten fired a bunch of times, but they should have too. Whatever. And yeah, now Finn McCool's isn't a thing anymore. So I win.
Yeah, he grew.
That's a good way to look at it.
Yeah, working in a restaurant, really, it's an awful experience, but like it's a good experience.
Mhm.
It's something that really I feel like can kind of make a person give them a lot of really cool experience. So
Mhm.
yeah, Finn McCool's first job.
Well, I'm glad you, were part of that. Became the Casey that we know today as a result.
That I
Like-
went through
like-
many
like
different versions of
We
Casey because of that
weekend
place.
Casey and things like that maybe is attributed to all that.
I was such an asshole for a while,
Hell yeah,
like just like a not nice person.
it happens. Sometimes people make you not nice.
Mhm.
That's how it is.
We only got through one of these. There's so many more. That's
Honestly,
Granted, there was like 2 questions that just came out of one.
I mean, that's
oh yeah, we went down a bunch of different rabbit holes.
but that's the point of this thing because you never know what can happen from it. So, but I think this is a good spot to wrap it up. Thank you, Lizzy and Tyler, for joining us for this crew episode. I hope everyone enjoyed this new segment that is called
The Pail of Ponder.
There we go.
Nailed it that time.
Yeah. We'll probably read.
It's
All right.
it's a thing that's growing. We're
Yeah.
figuring it out.
we gotta see when we're gonna pull it out. Things
We're
like that.
workshopping it.
Yeah. So, thank you everyone for tuning in and listening. Make sure to like and subscribe and all that good stuff if you like what you're hearing. And we'll catch you at the next episode.
Peace out, y'all.
Peace.
Bye.